Welcome back, everybody, to another West Virginia University competitive stream brought to you by University Apartments. It is a Valorant Saturday, not a CRL Saturday.
Not a CRL Saturday.
It's a Valorant Saturday, and we're here with the CVAL Playoffs. Your Mountaineers, despite a very slow start in NACE, have actually kind of been cooking
a little
in
bit.
CVAL. They are they were in the top 4 of their division, and now find themselves in the quarterfinals of the winter bracket, and they're going against UT Dallas, the Comets, as I've just learned that is their mascot. And it is a very interesting. So they're in the South division. It's a very interesting division because you have 2 teams that are really going to be the problem childs for the Mountaineers. That's going to be Oklahoma Christian and the University of St. Thomas. 2 teams that the Mountaineer roster is very familiar with.
Oh, yeah.
They've played them all the time, whether that be in NACE, in Playfly last semester, or in any other tournaments.
Big rivals there.
They participate
Warriors,
in.
Cavs, type of stuff going on. I mean, it's...
So I think that it is this game today is not exactly the main focus of this roster
for
today.
sure.
This UT Dallas team, obviously they've made it this far, so
exactly,
they are,
yes.
But that's not a name that you're going to see in the Super Conference ever. It's not a name that you're going to see in at the top of any Premier or at the top of Challengers. So the Mountaineer squad just needs to go in and play some solid Valorant.
Go in, play some solid Valorant, get the win, move on to the semi one, and I mean, it's gonna be a big game, especially if
they win. Yeah. So let's actually pull up the bracket.
Yes.
If we
get that bracket on screen here.
So as you can see, the Mountaineers had a very good win over North Texas, and those were just best of 1s. Today, I do believe it is a best of 3, so we are going to be seeing at least 2 maps of Valorant. And then the finals, I believe, are a best of 5, so that's a whole bunch of Valorant.
Long day.
But let's take a look at what happens if the Mountaineers win. So if the Mountaineers win today, they will go on to the semi 1. And then they are more than likely going to face that University of St. Thomas roster. They should find a fairly easy win over the University of South Florida. And then if we look to the bottom, Texas A&M Maroon has actually been doing very, very well. I would like to point out that UST, St. Thomas, actually lost to Maroon in the regular season before playoffs. So absolutely not a team to be messed with, and NC State as well has really been coming into their own as of recently. I've had the pleasure of watching them on a couple of streams, and a very, very solid roster. However, you have an absolutely dominant foe in the likes of Oklahoma Christian right below that, and Oklahoma Christian going against Cumberland's second team, so not Cumberland's main team. However, Cumberland Phoenix, coached by our very own Jay Cronick, who used to be on the roster. Rest in peace. We miss you. But Oklahoma Christian should find a fairly easy win and then have to play. Honestly, what I would be interested in watching is that Texas A&M versus NC State match today. I think that's going to be good. That's going to be the best match of these quarterfinals as the Mountaineers take on this University of Texas Dallas squad. So let's go. I don't know if this is a live or if this is just a still. Can I get a confirmation of that? Okay. So if the Mountaineers do lose, it's not over yet.
No, yes.
This is double elimination. So they would have to go down to that losers bracket. However, the problem is if they do that, they're going to be running into the teams that lost to St. Thomas, that lost to Oklahoma Christian. And you have very good teams. You have Cumberland Phoenix in there. You have Texas A&M. And NC State. So they're going to have to run through. And at one point, if they want to make it all the way to the end, they're going to have to play either UST or Oklahoma Christian again.
Yes.
Because let's be honest here. Out of these rosters, it really should be Oklahoma Christian, St. Thomas, and the Mountaineers at the top 3, right?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah. You never know, though.
Despite how, I'm just looking objectively at the rosters, right? despite how the outcome has been this semester in NACE, this Mountaineer roster is talented.
Very.
Just have had some problems putting it together.
Yeah, NACE has not been the best of showings, but like you said, the talent is most definitely there. Just maybe some execution shortcomings a little bit.
Yeah.
But
it's
there.
So again, if we say that those are the top 3 teams, then but the Mountaineers get bumped down to the losers bracket at any time. That means that Oklahoma Christian and St. Thomas are going to meet in the winners bracket final, right? So that means if the Mountaineers want to get to Grands, they're going to have to beat one of them.
Right.
So if they could do it early on, that would be ideal. Making the grand finals through winners would be
very ideal.
The goal.
Yeah, that's
obviously the entire goal is to win Grands.
Yes.
However, if you want a path to there for the Mountaineers, I think that just given the consistency issues, I would feel much more comfortable if they got there through the winners bracket. But let's take a little bit of a look at the team that they're going against. Yeah, all of you fans, we've talked so much about this Mountaineer roster over and over again, but we actually had the opportunity to get a little bit of info on this University of North Texas. Oh, sorry, not North Texas. University of Texas, Dallas. Sorry, I'm thinking UNTD. We have. There's a very interesting storyline here. The Shift. He's their initiator right now. However, he used to be a Neon Rays player.
He did, yeah.
So when I think of that shift from there to the initiator, I'm thinking a very aggressive initiator. I'm thinking a Gecko. I'm thinking the Tejo, you know.
Yeah, Tejo, I think that's something you're definitely. I think that aids the transition a little bit more.
Yeah.
Still put that aggressive role, but you're still kind of getting a little bit of information at least for your team.
Yeah, and just going from not even like a ISO or but from Neon.
Yeah, I mean, that is some.
Just that's what we think of when we think of Dinks.
Yeah.
Just getting in there.
So imagine Dinks just hopping on a Gecko.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that would be
what
quite the change for sure.
But with this in the lineup, Shift has moved to the initiator role. So it's either Vis or Vise. I'm not quite sure. But that's going to be on the duelist. So they beat Houston to be in this round 2. And we're coming off of a good win. But
What?
That doesn't make sense. With a win. Oh, never mind. That does make sense. I was reading it.
Cannot read correctly.
Yeah.
It happens.
But anyway, so moving on, Kenrich is going to be on the smokes. Aurelion is going to be on that flex info. So that's where we could see the double Senti, the double Inish.
For sure.
And then, again, Roman going to be on that hard Sentinel. And Shift, once again,
on
moving to the initiator.
Yes.
So perhaps that could be some positive news for the Mountaineers, hearing that a team is
kind of shifting around a little bit,
which is exactly what this Mountaineers squad has done in recent times. So perhaps we're going to see 2 teams that are still trying to buff out the scratches,
kind of find their footing a little bit in the new comp for sure.
And also, happy March, everybody!
It is indeed March
1st, and it's snowing outside.
Yeah, it was not a fun walk to U-Place Apartments, but it's okay because it's a Val Saturday, and Val Saturdays are worth the walk.
Val Saturdays are absolutely worth the walk. But before we break down what we think the Mountaineers need to do in order to come out with a win today, let's go ahead and send it to a quick ad break. If you are a Twitch subscriber, you don't have to watch those ads, but if you are not, then have fun with your TurboTax ads. We'll be right back on the other side of this break.
I was looking for a space between, so I found my way to a world unseen. If all that I'm gonna dream is the day that I'm free, then just leave me in my own reality.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that elongated break. We had some microphone issues, so we apologize if the sound quality wasn't up to par in that first segment, but it should be all fixed now. And we are just waiting for the members to get into the lobby. So while we're doing that, let's talk about what Mountain Mountaineer squad needs to do today. Obviously, we think that they're going to come out with a win here. Right? So yes. Right. going against a team that is, look, you could be the completely defeated team in the ASAC and still be better than a team that is not in the conference. So I think that how they win today, though,
That is important.
it's very important.
Quality wins can be very, very, very needed.
Yeah, I need to see a 2-0.
Yeah,
Right? I do not want to see a 2-1, and not just because I don't want to be here for 3 hours. Because look, don't get me wrong, I'll talk about it all day.
Exactly.
However, they just need to really assert some dominance in the playoffs. Exactly, because the next match, I'm probably going against St. Thomas. So you need something to show for it. And I think that a lot of it comes from winning rounds that seem unlosable. Right. We talked about this. They struggle greatly in executing 3v5, 4v2s, 3v1s, things like that. So exactly, we need to see these bonus rounds be incredibly successful, and I hope they will. I'm not sure we have that goal yet. I was not given one, so I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Lotus. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Haven.
I think we might see
that other map could be a fracture, could be a split. Who knows?
On the dark.
But again, so when we find out that map, you'll find out.
We're all together. We're all together. Yeah. No.
What?
I don't.
Did
Later.
I will. Yeah. But I think that Excite needs to really have a lot more clear plans and following
for sure.
in the post-plant scenarios. And Mountaineers always look really, really good pre-plant.
Right. And
as soon as that spike starts ticking, for some reason the lights just get real bright.
And that is the issue. Which we were saying, these scenarios we definitely should win. You'll have a post-plant scenario where it's like a 1v3 at 1v2. You have the numbers, just go in there, execute sight, and then you're good. And
look, this happens on offense and defense.
It does. It happens.
So that is really why I think that it's not a matter of they need to work on their offense.
Right.
They need to work on executing advantages successfully, but on both sides of the coin. And I think a lot of that comes from wasted util in
free when you don't need to be using it.
We talk a lot about the ult economy and their weapon economy. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it just makes us scratch our head a little bit. We'll be in a round that it is truly unlosable.
Right.
And we're dumping 3 ults into it, So it's just some food for thought for these Mountaineers here. Obviously, they're expecting a win today. But the type of win matters.
It does. I think we need a confident win to get the confidence back.
Yeah.
But like you said though, you'll have these rounds that it's in the bag. 95, 98% of this, you're gonna win this round. You have the man advantage, and then you'll see, like 2 ults or something, and it's just like, why are these being put into this? And then you'll see a round later on where you really need this.
Yeah.
You need this round to win. And then there's just no ults, and you just end up losing the round, and it's a tragic tale.
It is a tragic tale, but we're going to go ahead and send it to a quick break again, unfortunately, having some microphone issues, so we're going to fix that so we can give you the best experience possible today, so we'll see you on the other side of this break.
took a dive in the wishing well, but the water never touched my skin. It's been a while since I wished you well. I can't remember how we passed that time. All these faces staring at me, getting closer to the sun. All these voices shouting at me, wish you'd never see me drown. Felt alive since the moment I met you. Please don't forget me when I'm down here. It's been a while since I hear everybody. I sing my song. Come find me. Come find me. All these faces staring at me, getting closer to the sun. All these voices shouting at me, wish you'd never see me drown. A broken mirror shatters on the floor, and the reflection is the life we had before. And I don't recognize you anymore, not anymore. Screaming to the night, maybe I deserve it. I don't wanna fight.
All right, everybody, we are in game in a very tense situation here. Mountaineers currently up 1, and we're going to be a little bit on the fly here as we were trying to fix some stuff, and that's going to be a kill right onto Excite, but it doesn't matter. Dinks is going to get his get back with the Sheriff Guck on this C. As you can see, we are on Lotus. I'm not surprised there, and the Mountaineers playing it how they normally do. And it looks like they're going to have to give up C for just a tad bit here. And that spike is going to go down. Mountaineers now in a post-plant scenario. 4v3. Can they do what we said they need to fix all semester? A77 on the Viper, of course. Guck on the Omen. And look at that. A nice blind by UTD. And now it's just Guck in a 1v3. I mean, that was a beautiful blind by the Breach. Just crazy stuff. And Guck going to go down. Mountaineers down 0-1.
This is exactly what we were talking about earlier. This post-plant scenario, 3 over there at Waterfall. I mean, that was an incredible execute by UTD. It was absolutely beautiful, but I mean, just once again, just showing this round so important, and that post-plant just falling apart just so fast, even with the man advantage there. And that is not the type of start you want to have on Lotus.
Yeah, and that was
Not
who,
ideal.
who was
To
that?
say the least. I believe
Actually, I
that was
believe
Viz and Shift, I think, was the one who swung that together there.
But I think Mapper is a new player that we did not have any info on. Though.
Ooh, I think you were right, actually.
Early
Playing a little aggressive here.
early
Locking up his blast.
displacement there from Inox. Duck now playing on A. We usually see him on the C site, so that's very interesting to see. And we are going to see the Vise comp come out of UTD, and look at this UTD shift. Going to be met with a pistol from Guck, and that is huge. That takes the one rifle out of the hands momentarily. Here comes the grenade. Does not find anybody. Guck, very weak. And now look at this. You have the Breach and Omen on the side of UTD. Very, very weak. Going to rotate over to C, but A77 and Inox are just lying in wait.
See what happens here. Inox trying to play in this corner. Mountaineers finding one already, though.
Kenrich on point.
Yeah.
I don't think they know he got through. They do now. Kenrich takes out A77 with a nice tap. Inox able to take one before he gets taken out. It's a 3v3. Mapper. Excite trying to get some shots through the wall. Not going to happen. And now, post-plant scenario. You have two very weak players on the side of UTD, though, so the Mountaineers just need to find the toes.
There's
Dinks
one.
finds one. And again, Mountaineers have a crossfire going on here. And look at this. I don't know if Kenrich knows that the Mountaineers moved up. Well, he does now, and that's going to be Dinks' last one. But it doesn't matter with the Phantom in the hands of Roma. That's going to be another round lost.
Indeed, but not a horrible round there, especially, you know, just the classics. I mean, finding a lot of rifles out of the hands of UTD, and that is, you know, a loss at the end of the day, but I mean, they were very close.
It was an expensive
It was an
win
expensive win.
for UTD, that is
Exactly.
for sure, as the Mountaineers are now going to head into a force buy. And we will see what they're able to do. It is...
I mean, with the gun advantage going into this third round here, obviously, but a lot of utility span coming over
early, gotta hit
here.
your shots. Dinks will. Gonna teleport out just in time. Takes just minimal damage somehow. Avoids it, and look at that jump peek. He knows he's there. Inox with a beautiful kill. Takes a ton of damage, though. Not great. Oh, Inox with another one. Give him two. He wanted that 2-for-1. 15 health. And now Mountaineers 5v2 scenario. Again, a nearly unlosable situation. However, we've seen worse. This on the Vise. It could be Vise on Vise. Again.
Could be indeed.
But Excite gets taken out. Not great there.
Oh.
Vise takes another one. The shots are on point. That's going to be another kill. And now just like that, it's a 2v2. Dinks on the point. That's going to be Mapper going up.
I don't know if he knows.
Dinks needs to be careful. He knows he's not on the ground, so he's probably over there. Mapper takes out Guck. Dinks gets one. Let's see. He's going to go for the defuse. He doesn't know how far away Vise is. Look at this. He's going to have it. Oh, takes them out. Dinks, a beautiful play.
Absolutely beautiful. The Mountaineers almost falling apart there. I mean, a 5v2 to a 2v2. And at one point was a 2v1 in the favor of UTD. And, I mean, once again, a nearly unlosable scenario. They're able to get out, but just barely. This is the wins we were talking about, how these can't be that close. You cannot have a 5v2 turn into a nail-bite situation where you're now in a spot where, oh my god, are we going to choke this away?
Yeah.
You know, how is this going to happen?
And not only that, but you hate to see 4 members of the Mountaineers go down in a force buy scenario.
Right.
It's going to leave them with some awkward rifles here. You see a Guardian and 2 Bulldogs. And now, a Shift getting aggressive here, staying in that peak lane for what I would consider to be too long. And Dinks is going to take advantage of Mapper. And that's going to be the early advantage for the Mountaineers. Dinks looking long after using that teleport. It looks like UTD is still wanting to go towards this A site. They're going to spend a lot of util here. The bomb buddy goes out. Excite gets the drone, and they're going to even expend the Tejo displacement nades. And now Duck, with his smoke going down, he's going to have to reset that as this UTD team slowly creeps over towards C. And look at this. I don't know if they know that. Oh, he saw them for sure. That's going to be a good call for Guck getting back, not trying to fight that. Those 4 members going to go in hard. The grenade comes out. Satchel used. The decay hits. It's going to hit the Rays briefly. And they're going to once again get the spike down. This is the 4th. I think they have found a spike plant on C every... I'm sorry, it was A the last round. And now we're going to see the dimensional shift come... or drift, pardon me. Can't speak today. Get all of that information. Here comes the blind, another blind. He's gonna escape, get the kill, and he cannot find another one, but Guck's right behind, but it's back and forth, back and forth. Guck gets taken out through the boxes, and now it's a 2v2 scenario with the clock ticking down. A77 needs to find a kill here, just 11 health. Gonna try and bait it out, but he doesn't know they're behind, and that's gonna be Rama finding the other. Mountaineers not able to do that, and Raman going to get not taken out, and that's going to be 2 players alive there for UTD.
Yeah, I was kind of going the Mountaineers' way there a little bit at the end. That post plant started off in their favor, but kind of fell apart a little bit. The awkward rifles definitely showing their ugly head towards the end of that round there, and the cleanup was pretty routine there for UTD. Now taking a 2-round lead here, and now it looks like they're going to be stacking onto C, seeing the success of that rotate last round. Mountaineers on a bit of an eco here.
Yeah.
Just on some pistols.
Guck's gonna have a hard time here. Look at this. They're just going to run it down. And Guck needs to find some value here just with the frenzy. And they are in there like swimwear. And look at this. They are already so deep into that C territory. Guck is very, very alone. And they're gonna have full control before even getting down this plant. Ramen gonna get the plant down. And now it is time for some post-plant scenarios. And this is not what you want to see the Mountaineers in.
No, not at all.
Down in CT, Guck and Excite. Excite looking to send out the displacement mines. Will find a little bit of location. Blinded. Avoided any kills there, thankfully. This gonna get his pickings. But no, it's going to be Ramen and Mapper finding one instead. And Inox, the only one left. Shift. Gonna find the classic kill on the Inox. Ooh, A77 finds 1, finds 2. Why not? And he's gonna take 2 guns out of the hands, but not gonna be able to take the round. Mountaineers in a early deficit, 1-4 here.
A77 though, luckily finding 2 at the end. Huge headshots coming in through the Sheriff there, and almost finding a 3rd right at the end there onto Roman. And I mean, once again, the Mountaineers on that eco, taking a lot of rifles out of the hands of UTD, but just not coming with the victory in these rounds. I mean, while you're making do with what you have, I mean, at the end of the day, these rounds are slowly creeping away, and this lead starting to just grow and grow.
Yeah, Mountaineers need to find something here. Look at that, Dink's gonna get out of there early, and they love this C push, so they've only opted for another point 1 time, and that just so happened to be the round they lost. And now, we just need to figure out a way to come out with another win. Mountaineers playing a tad bit slower. Excite with the Odin. We know how much he loves that. And UTD also playing slow, a complete 180 from what we saw them doing last round, where they just absolutely ran it down C. A fake blind perhaps on A from this. And now Shift, lying in wait. It looks like they want to see what the Mountaineers are going to be able to do up against a slow push. And they're still opting for C here. 2 members of the Mountaineer squad, however, ready for that push. And here comes the Comets, and some damage taken by Shift. Can they find the kills? They cannot. Guck finding 1. Can he find another? 30 seconds left. They need to get this plant down. Here comes the breach ult, and they're not going to be able to get out in time. Mapper, oh, Excite finding 1 with the Odin. Inox, and look at this. It looks like we might see the ult here. 14 seconds remaining. They need to get this down, and that's going to be an ult from Inox. Heavy ult usage here, and now Excite finds another one, and is just Ramen, and he's going to go ahead and save the gun he bought and keep a little money in the pocket.
Solid round win there for the Mountaineers, but I believe we are going on a technical break here. We do apologize, but stick around and keep with us. Thank you.
It's not the same. You've changed. I've changed. You've changed. It's not the same.
Time bomb, tick tock, I'm a ticking time bomb. Guess I needed it, so let it cry out. I saw you tryna put up a firearm, a firearm. I know that we're dying, and the day's getting colder, and I'm already done. But I fight till it's over. You were there from the start, and I know your love hurts. A perfect circle, I'm black and purple. I'm overanalyzing your poetry, wondering if you could say no to me. It's heavier than I thought to carry. Come and get my money, take my body, take my bed. Just give me something to forget. All the things we should have said, all the voices in my head, they get louder and louder, until we're both someone to forget.
All missiles away. remaining.
Weapons up, comms open.
Last player standing. Spike planted. Spike planted. Last player standing. If you can't do something right, don't do it at all. Launching thorns. Thorns are alive. Spike down A. There.
Here. Go ahead. Stand your ground. I'm back.
One enemy remaining. Last round in the half.
Shadows traveling. No. Cover going out.
Satchel out. Satchel out. Or die! Defend here. Spike planted.
There.
Off your feet!
This is how we end.
Rip and tear. Doors activated. Last player standing. Grenade! Clutch! Switching sides. Launching thorn.
Hit them. Here.
Spike planted.
Got one. Grenade.
One enemy remaining.
Dead fool.
One enemy remaining.
Don't interrupt me again.
Grenade.
All missiles away.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Move in after I strike. That's what's weak.
Let's kill this competition.
Locating targets. Flag planted.
Last player standing.
Spike here. All missiles away.
Still in sight.
This is how it ends.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Head-
Match point. Now we wait. Live and there. Last place.
By any means necessary.
Time to jump.
I'll have this.
I'm right here. Spotted Brook. Here.
My ultimate is ready.
Thorns activate.
Drone going out.
Welcome
No
to
good.
my...
Bring me the arsenal!
This is how we
Loosen up.
locating targets.
One enemy remaining.
Grenade! Satchel out. Satchel out.
There. Drone going out. One suppressed.
Poison orb remaining.
Decoy.
Toxin screen down.
Spike dropped.
30 seconds left. Spike planted. Last player standing. Rip and tear. Blinding crack.
That's
Decoy.
go ahead. Stand your ground.
My blind is dead.
Blinded.
Spike planted.
Missiles away.
Last player standing.
Off your feet! Blinding! Shadows traveling.
Thirty seconds left. One enemy remaining. Defenders win.
All right, everybody, we're back in a bit of a different form. You notice there's
Yes.
no mics intruding in
There's so
front of
much
us. I feel
space.
so free.
This is amazing.
Again, we do greatly apologize for those technical difficulties. Just a lot of things not working out at once, and unfortunately, that seemed to have translated to the game a little bit. They were able to bring it back just a tad bit,
Right.
But the Mountaineers dropping map 1. And if I'm being honest, that defense just looked
No, it was
horrific.
very bad.
Yeah. Not great.
The attack going a little bit more in our favor for sure, but the defense was, I mean, like you said, horrific is a solid word to describe what happened there.
And we will be heading to Haven next,
Okay,
which, look, I don't like it because the Mountaineers have been struggling all season on 3-point maps.
That's true, and we saw that there on Lotus.
Again, their defense on these 3-point maps is just so inefficient.
It is. I mean, we saw the Lotus attack coming in, the Lotus attack. The Seaside attack coming in time and time again from UTD, and the Mountaineers
Just couldn't find an answer
couldn't
for
find
it.
an answer. I mean, they were stacking 2-3 players on there, and they just had to rotate out every single time.
Exactly, and if UTD is able to find that advantage once again on a specific point on Haven, then I fear that might spell a little bit of disaster for the Mountaineers. However, again, on the attack, looked great. They had a great run there.
Yes.
Once it hit match point, winning up, I think it was 7.
Yes,
I think the final score was
6 or
12-7. Yep.
12-8. 13-8.
And I just hope that they're able to fix some of that stuff going into Haven, another triple point map. And if I'm being 100% honest, probably worse than Lotus in terms of
for sure.
how they've been able to perform. They did keep it close with St. Clair on Haven. Pardon me.
Pardon me, it's a little
late
Yansky
night.
coming
Sorry,
in over here.
little late night last night.
Yeah.
But I would just really hate to see them drop down to the lower bracket this early.
Yeah,
and again, even if they do come out with a win here, overall, they win this one, they win the next one. That's not that statement win that we wanted
yeah, so we were talking about this a lot earlier, how if this win's going to come through, we need it to be a confident statement win.
Yep.
And I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't think losing was in my forecast.
No.
I was thinking they're going to be a win or a win, but a little closer.
Yeah.
And the second option is still available here. It's not out the window just yet. But with that performance, especially on a triple site map, with a defense that, if I'm being honest, had absolutely no footing and cannot find a single bit of footing throughout even, I mean, adjustments were made, but they didn't find any success at all. So UTD just found something that worked and kept doing it, and the Mountaineers had no answer.
Yeah, absolutely no answer. So hopefully they're able to fix those woes on Haven. But as we're waiting for the lobby, we're going to send it to a quick ad break. I know that you guys have been seeing the watch soon screen, but
Yes.
gotta hit
We
that
apologize.
revenue somehow. So if you want to avoid that, again, subscribe here on Twitch. And when we come back, we will have Haven and what possibly could be the last map of the day.
Indeed.
Welcome back, everybody. Quick little ad break there. Again, apologies. Oh, look at that, lights went off.
Wow, what timing?
Right?
Immense
That's
timing.
Great timing. But nonetheless, we still have at least one more map to get through. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I like having this mic, right? I get to. I feel like I'm not restricted by the arm.
I agree.
But the Mountaineers not looking great on defense. I think it came from a lot of timidness, not wanting to take fights, and
Yes.
I don't blame them because a lot of the fights that they would have had to take would have been 4v1s. I think a Guck defending that C site.
And also a lot of times in a gun disadvantage as well. I mean, the amount of times I saw Guck just hold the close angle to Classic, I mean, you'd think it's the only gun he runs. And, I mean, just absolutely not what you want to see in any regard.
No.
I mean,
on the defense specifically, I just think that if they are going to give up that point, they need to have a better plan for retake.
They do.
I think that a lot of the stuff just seemed very wishy-washy. And even though on defense, we saw them nearly every round either get the opening pick or sometimes get
Right,
the
yeah,
opening
they had the
two picks.
advantage. Right.
And then they just give up to a little bit of util, and then they're forced into a post-plant scenario where the other team is set up very, very well.
Right, and then we also would see even on the retakes, UTD would take C site, Mountaineers would find 1 pick, 2 picks, okay, 5v3, they try to take site, 3 fall, 2v3, just lose the round.
Yeah.
They had that advantage going into mostly almost every single round, and they just managed to somehow, get 2-3 picks.
Yeah,
and just fall apart.
I mean, there was the one where it was a 5v2 and they lost.
Yes,
like
and
you just cannot be losing.
No,
those.
you cannot.
It was a great flash by the breach on in the pistol round. You can't be doing that.
Right.
And I think that when we look at Haven specifically, a very different map from Lotus. I will say that. Very different map from Lotus.
3 site, but different.
I think, I think that, and it honestly plays in a little bit to why this Mountaineer team has not been doing so great on it, is they put Dinks on C site usually by himself. We'll put Guck on A. And the lurks from A77 recently have not been that on point. We saw a successful one in which he was able to take out 2 rifles with the Sheriff double kill. I believe it was in round 3. But overall, the consistency there has been lacking. So I think that if they want to be successful on these 3-point maps on defense, the lurks from A77 have to be there. They have to be on point. He needs to be getting 100%. A kill, possibly even 2. Just distort the attack just that little bit to make them uncomfortable.
Just have them in the back of their mind, just thinking about him on the lurk, just that, that timidness, that, you're scared, you gotta check your back the whole time. But when he's not finding any success, then, in your mind now, it's just a free kill. You're just getting a free hull charge. And, like you said, the inconsistency there is, it's not good. Every now and again he might find 2 picks, and then he just, you're a yawning machine today, aren't you? Wow.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know at all.
But getting those picks, and then, we did see a little bit of the ult usage being a little frivolous, but I don't think anywhere near as bad as it has been. I can only think of one round where
I think we're thinking of the same one.
The breach ult.
Yes, the breach ult of the B on a solo player, like a 4v2.
Yeah.
Just why are you doing that?
Yeah, so I think that that could have just perhaps been a bit of miscommunication, because I really haven't seen a lot of wasted ultimates in recent times. We map change. So everything we said does not matter ever.
Disregard everything. Get it out of your brain.
Because we're going to fracture.
Yes, I would say personally, I like that more.
I would tend to agree with you. Again, it's a 2-point map. The Mountaineers fare better. However, fracture's just one of those weird maps.
It's one of those weird maps. For sure.
It has the overpass and the zip line, and
this is where that lurk's gonna come big.
Yes,
though. If A77 can go for these lurks, this is a map where you're gonna
just
find
about
so
to say
much.
that the rotates on this map are some of the most complex to deal with. The points are very open. You have 3 access points on every one. A being a little bit more closed off than B,
little bit.
But
utility usage massive here as well.
It's going to be very interesting, and I would love to see A77 really shine on the defense here. We're probably going to see him on the Cypher. So
yes,
we're probably going to see him on the Cypher. We're going to see Dinks on. I hate to say it, but if they don't put him on the Raze, I'd love to see him on the Raze or the Jet, but it could be a Yoru situation here. I hope it's not.
I do hope it's not. I think he needs to go back.
Dinks on the Yoru.
Go back to that. I guess Yoru is pretty hyper aggressive, but it's not a Raze where you're gonna satchel in. The amount of times I've seen Dinks double satchel in and go absolutely just nuclear. It's just it's cemented in my brain, and I just hate seeing him in any other role but that one. Really.
So I hope that we'll see that, and we are going to take a look right now, and it is going to be the raise from Dinks. That's very nice. We're going to see the Vise from this shift also on that raise once again. He played it on the Lotus. Mapper going to be going back to the Breach, and we're going to see the Breach Brim. A classic little combo there, and we're going to see no Omen from the Mountaineers. That's usually what they prefer, even on this map. But we will see Guck on the Breach, a very good Breach player nonetheless. Excite absolutely locking down that Tejo. So the only difference we will see is in the Sentinels, and this it's gonna be again. I predicted it perfectly. A77 on the Cypher and this on the Vise. So really, that is where this is going to come down to on these two map points. You know, who is able to lock down the off point so that the other team's not able to get a successful rotate. And I think that's going to be essentially a game changer here. So Mountaineers starting on offense. Let's see what they're able to do. Shift about to walk into a whole gaggle of Mountaineers here on this A site. And look at that, the blind comes out. A beautiful kill. Finds one, finds two. The Mountaineers find three. Opening picks, and just like that, it's a 4v2. Excite a little low in the health department. Mapper waiting in CT. What is he going to be able to do? That plant is going to go down, and it's going to go down on the high ground. A very interesting plant here. Perhaps they know with the advantage, forcing them to go to that high ground is going to leave them very, very exposed. And they were able to get the plant down very early. Dinks, a nice kill through the barrier, and now the Mountaineers 4v1 scenario. It's going to be a bloodbath. Dinks finds 4 that round. What a way to open it up.
This is what I'm talking about. Dinks, once again, showing just the best raise ever. I mean, instant 2 picks over on satellite, double satchels in, takes control of sight, plants on that high ground. I do think that was the smart play there. Try to, with that man advantage, use that to your full advantage, and finds 2 more with the ghost. And I mean, that was just, I loved that. That was beautiful. That's the things I know and love.
Yeah, that was pretty much picture perfect, as the Mountaineers only losing 1 member of their squad. They're going to be able to afford a nice hefty buyout here, and now UTD forcing their efforts onto B, and the Mountaineers are going to oblige as they're going to go through main. Excite with the I apologize, the Spectre. Lost my mind for, oh, look at this. Oh, they were just lined up and ready. Inox getting ready for the tectonic shift. UTD shift misses 3 shots, and Dinks finds 1. Mountaineers in an early 5v3 scenario with full health, but that's gonna be Inox taken out. Loses the gun, and the Mountaineers are gonna rotate back to A, and it does look like UTD is wise to it. There's gonna be 1 on flank. That's gonna be Ramen on the flank. Dinks nade high, and sees him, gets some damage, more damage. That's going to be dangerous here. A77 has a perfect view on this high ground, and that is going to be shift none the wiser to A77's advances. And wow, a nice kill from Ramen. Going to take out A77 and get the Guardian. Plant's going to go down on default. Ramen now, look at this, Guck. Beautiful, beautiful angle. And that is going to spell disaster here for UTD. And Ramen is going to get 1 on his way out, but not before Dinks sends 1 through his skull.
I mean, I think we saw there at the beginning of that first push, Inox kind of walking up maybe a little bit by himself, possibly a miscommunication, getting picked off and kind of giving up a free rifle there to UTD, but the rotation came through nice and fast.
Absolutely could have been a little bit of a bait.
Right.
You know, trying to get more than 1 kill. They ended up getting the trade in the end, so it didn't really matter. And now on a force buy here is UTD. They are going to be hurting if they don't win this one. Mountaineers going to go ahead for a little bit of a bonus here, and here comes the showstopper from Dinks early on A. He's going to be in there just a couple of seconds. He's going to send it firing, not going to find anybody, but this means the Mountaineers have an absolutely wide open A site, and this spike is going to go down fairly soon here. Actually, Mountaineers playing a little bit slower than I would have expected them to, but here comes Guck. Going to go out. That wall's going to go up, and Guck's going to get the plant down on default. And now, Inox not able to find the kill as this UTD squad opts to wrap around.
Molly
Takes it back. Here comes the Molly. Guck, just a stinger in hand.
not able to find anything. Excite gets one, but it's a dangerous scenario for him at A77. And now it is just A77 with the Guardian. And here comes the defuse there, going to put down plenty of cover fire, and it looks like he's just going to stick it. A77 looking for some exit frags, will not find any.
That post plant there, I don't know. Getting in there really nice and early, obviously with the showstopper in that 5v5. So much space just kind of given up by UTD. But then the Mountaineers, I felt like they had nowhere to play. They were being kind of constricted down, just angled out on the utility, went on the high ground, and I don't know, the Mountaineers just didn't have much of a chance there to play around the cover. Everything was kind of covered. UTD with a beautiful retake. And I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, we say that so many times, this post plant for the Mountaineers, it's just sometimes a little weak, and I think they're kind of showing it a little bit.
Yeah, and now the Mountaineers find themselves in a bit of a sticky situation. They having lost the bonus, and now gonna opt to play it a little bit slower. We've seen them get fairly aggressive here. Inox, however, not going to be afraid whatsoever. Shift, opting for a little bit of a rotate here, sees that, and that's going to be Kenrich with the early kill onto Dinks. Quite unfortunate, and look at this Shift, not going to break that, but look, A77 hurt him for sure, and that's going to be a nice little kill there for A77. Excite going to find himself in a 1v1 scenario here. Ramen with just the Sheriff, so Excite says, I'll take my chances there. And now, Mountaineers in a very advantageous position, but they need to find a way to get this spike down if they don't want to win on just kills. Kenrich is going to run into A77 on Satellite here, and he's going to get the kill. Kenrich, some beautiful aim. An early nade, and Kenrich's going to get taken out by Guck, and now that spike doesn't even need to get planted. Inox going to find the final kill onto this, but they will take the 300 extra credits.
That was a lot slower than we have seen basically this entire match so far. The Mountaineers basically exploding onto site every single time, finding a lot of success, but in that third round, maybe not as much, maybe a little bit too aggressive, and UTD kind of, I would say adjusting a lot, kind of giving up site and going for the retake that last round. So now the Mountaineers popping up a little bit, just playing slow, getting picks, and I mean, it's exactly what they did there, just starting it off strong. And I do like this change-up for them, you know, like they're able to now just kind of change it up on the fly, which I felt like we didn't see as much on Lotus, where, I mean, like I said, UTG found that C site, just kept exploiting it over and over again.
Yeah, having that ability, pardon me, to adapt is going to be very important, especially on here. And Shift, fakes him out.
Excite getting
a little fancy with it. Shift gonna attempt to find a kill through the smokes, will not find one. Dink's very weak though. Gonna get the satchel, and now here comes the bloodbath. And it's going to go in favor of the Mountaineers for just a moment, and A77 finds one on the lurk. That is exactly what we've been talking about. A77 finds the single kill, the single member of UTD on B, and he's able to completely break open this B site for the Mountaineers to bring in the cavalry. That's exactly what they do. Guck gonna bring out the smokes, and they're gonna go through, almost a kill through the smokes there. And now, Mapper, so weak, 20 health, has the tectonic shift though. Kenrich with the breachel, but the Mountaineers looking in prime position to win this one. The weakest member being Inox, just at half. Guck, I apologize, I did not even see Guck at 10 health. But look at this, getting ready. The Molly lineup is there. Mapper gonna attempt to get a kill. It's not gonna come though. A77 and Excite gonna find those ending kills. Mountaineers are going to do what UTD did to them, go up 4-1.
We're seeing that slow gameplay there once again. Worked in that last round and working again once again there. But we saw the Outlaw coming in huge. I mean, got 2 double dings, got 2 players on Mountaineers down to 10 health, but just didn't really go their way. I mean, this kind of cleanup crew coming on in with the Vandals, finding 2 over on zipline, and just making just making it work.
Yeah.
And I like the slow game plan Mountaineers are taking. They're taking a lot of aim duels, and I mean, when you have dinks on your team, aim duels are in your specialty, I would definitely say. So.
And we're gonna see Shift with the force up. You know, I don't hate it, but now the Mountaineers know they have it. Gets a kill onto Dinks, getting a bit too aggressive, and we're gonna see the Tejo ult come out from Excite, perhaps just a little bit of displacement. Shift finds 2, and now the Mountaineers not looking. Duck just standing still.
Spike down.
Shift with 4.
First ace.
It could be an ace here if he can find the kill onto A77. It's gonna go up to heaven, and unfortunately, if Shift is gonna get an ace, he is in prime position to do so. He just takes a peek there. Oh, A77 with a double tap. Hold on, folks. And he's going to use the neural theft. I do not hate this. Look at this.
I love it.
Gets his information.
No way.
He just needs to get the spike and get the plant.
He has time.
40 seconds. Throws out the cage. Oh, gets shot through it. A77 with a wonderful hero play there, but it's not going to come to fruition.
4K there on the up. I mean, it's a little questionable when I first saw it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, we're forcing this. We're coming out the big guns here, but definitely worked out in their favor there. And I mean, Shift finding 4 of his 5 kills in that one round alone.
Yeah.
Very solid hero play. But A77 finding that double dink headshot. I mean, that was nasty.
Yeah.
Almost pulling it out. But that
and
cage a little.
Importantly, get onto the operator.
Yes.
And it looks like they were able to. Actually, were they able to save
Yes,
it?
they weren't able to grab it again.
Okay.
Shift is back in his hands.
And look, Shift again with the operator, just gonna have a beautiful angle here, and he's gonna get more aggressive. He's gonna go towards the back side of the site, and look at that. They know he is there and waiting. So Excite might try to use these displacement mines just to get him out of there. Yeah, Shift gonna get stunned for a little bit. Dinks watching heaven. A77 on the lurk again. Exactly what you want out of your Sentinel player.
Exactly, indeed.
And let's
I
see
mean,
what
just a
they're able to
beautiful
do here.
lurk.
Shift getting a tad bit aggressive. Who is he going to run into first? Mountaineers going underneath. I don't think they know. And it's going to be A77 taken out on the lurk on A. But that means that Ramen is all the way over on this A site. So the Mountaineers are in an equal, well, actually, an 1-up here. If Ramen stays on this A, actually, it's going to be a 4v2. This sees one, gonna get the call out, and now it looks like it's unfortunately going to be go time. Avoids the flash. Dinks gets one, and here comes the showstopper. It's gonna find a kill, but not before Dinks takes him out. Mountaineers in a 3v2, again very losable. Here comes the Tejo ult, and look at that. Not gonna find anybody. UTD, a wasted Tejo ult. Mapper taken out. It's just up to Ramen. Sees one. Very weak, 24 health. It looks like he's just going to go back and save. He got the operator.
He just grabbed it and
I
dipped.
wouldn't be surprised if the Mountaineers go hunting here.
I don't know.
A lot of time left. So the Mountaineers are going to have to go watch. But yeah, Ramen able to get the operator. That's so unfortunate. That is so much money saved here from UTD. But the Mountaineers are going to go up 5-2.
I mean, we did see though. I mean, Excite using those missiles to kind of displace the operator. And I mean, definitely something they're going to have to do because we cannot have an operator in the hands of a player like Shift who is going for 4Ks in a round.
Yeah.
I have to take that out of his possession.
Very
but he will have
unfortunate.
it once
They
again.
will keep the operator. Going to drop it over to Shift. And now Mountaineers in a pretty advantageous position. Look at that. Vandals and heavy shields across the board. And in terms of the buy for UTD, it's very broken. You have an operator
you have
with
an
a white
operator.
shield and then some pistols.
I
you
mean,
know?
we're seeing some upper lower class here in this UTD roster loadout. I mean, holy, share the wealth a little bit here, Shift. I
Yeah.
mean, just insane, but we're gonna see if they can make it work.
But here's the thing, if they're able to come out with a win here, it's going to be very, very good for them. Look at that. Using the smokes, now that they know they have the operator just to block anything. Here comes Dink with the showstopper. Not going to find anybody, but it's going to make him scared for sure. That's going to be one kill. Dinks took a lot of damage, though. Kenrich with the ult. Here it comes. That's going to be able to catch someone for sure. It is going to take out Dinks. And now the Mountaineers need to find a way to get this plant down. It is a 3v4 scenario, but they have control of the point. Excite, waiting, Shift, getting a bit aggressive, looking up towards heaven. And now
It is just a waiting game. The crossfires are there. Here come the displacement mines and the plant. They're gonna see if they can get it down. A beautiful stun onto shift to kind of negate that. And the Mountaineers, somehow they actually fake the plant, and that makes UTD get a bit more aggressive, and the Mountaineers find 3 kills, and now all of a sudden they're in a 3v1. And Ramen, just a classic in hand, gonna go searching for a rifle, I'm sure. And look at this. Yeah, no hope there. Excite to the dome.
Beautiful there. I mean, that went from a possibly losable scenario to just an absolute slaughter. I mean, I knew shift that operator is gonna, a lot of that was gonna fall on him. The Mountaineers can take out that operator from the equation. It was gonna be a much more favorable position, and they do exactly that. Shift finally, operator out of his hands. He's had that thing for like 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah.
It just comes back from the dead every single time. But now, no more for him. No more fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a force here for UTD. So they were able to win their last force. That was the first round they won in round number 3. So let's see what they're able to do here. Mountaineers opting to go for A. And Ramen, the only one on this site. Satellite, he's gonna get peeked, and that's just 21 health left for him. They're gonna go fast. He's gonna be able to stop them just a little bit, allow his teammates to come over from B. But Dink's getting aggressive. Look at this. And he's gonna get the plant on the high ground immediately. Mountaineers force an early post-plant scenario here.
A plan like this did not go the way last time. We saw a very similar scenario here. The Mountaineers getting on to a site quick and fast in a 5v5. But UTD was just able to collapse and find the angles.
Mountaineers with an ample amount of information. Dink's very weak though. Gets one. Can he get another? No, he cannot. Kennett's gonna take him out with the assist. And here comes the Steel Garden. And now Kenrich defusing. Mountaineers need to do something.
Molly.
Yep. Molly. Beautiful Molly there from Duck. And that is going to be a round win for the Mountaineers. So, they're going to get some guns out of the hands. Excite finding 2 at the end there. And Kenrich dying. And Mountaineers, yeah, looking good. 72. That's 3 more rounds in the half.
That was such an odd round there. I mean, the Mountaineers had like no side control. They just had a Molly lineup, and I was confused. I was like, are they just gonna? Is Kenrich just gonna defuse this spike here? But no.
No time. And that's what that's the great thing about getting that plant down so early, is that by the time they get in there, it doesn't matter, as we're gonna have a timeout from I don't even know how to pronounce that, but that is going to be a timeout from UTD.
Yes.
And probably a much needed one, as you can see there. They are in a very bad. Did you miss?
Yeah, I might have missed.
A very bad scenario, as they find themselves down 5 rounds. Not exactly where you want to be.
No, definitely not at all. But we kind of saw. I mean, right now the Mountaineers obviously in the lead, but attack on Lotus was also much better for them. I mean, I don't know the exact ratio it was, but I know that they most definitely went up heavy on defense and was able to just win a couple of rounds on offense and then close it out. But I think the kicker here is going to be how this Mountaineers team forms on defense. Obviously, it's a 2-site map, so very different, but like you said, the rotations are so complex on Fracture. I mean, it's just going to be a little awkward sometimes, but I mean, currently, A77 making that work.
Yeah,
Sharks are coming in.
Very much making that work, and I think that if they are able to finish out this with some wins, then like you said, it could be a scenario where they just have to win a couple of rounds on the defense, which they have done. They did it on Lotus. They won. I think it was 3-2. I think it was like 3 rounds. Yeah, something like that. So it's obviously very doable. We're gonna see. Oh, A77 and Excite finding 1, Excite finding 2, and just like that, it is torn wide open. Vi's gonna get it onto Dinks, but not before this Mountaineer squad get the kill. A77 playing beautifully right now, and that's gonna be a plan. The Mountaineers 4v1, and apologize if you can hear that EMS. Someone's not feeling too great. And now the Mountaineers just need to kill this, and they're gonna find themselves. That was just absolutely ridiculous. Vis gonna take out A77. He was very weak. Vis finding another. That's 3. And now, again, just like that, the Mountaineers find themselves in a 2v1.
Missiles do come in though. I mean, when I see a flash.
Yeah, Vis gonna look long first.
One enemy
He's gonna see him. Gets the kill.
No swing.
Look at that. He knows he's there.
Go
He's gonna
ahead.
push him.
Stand your
Oh, a
ground.
beautiful ult there from Excite. And that is unfortunately that's gonna be a round win for the Mountaineers, but they have to utilize the ult. Excite gonna be able to keep his gun though, but having to utilize that ult is not great.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm very surprised Excite just did not swing. I mean, they had a crossfire.
Well,
the back was turned.
At that moment, if you swing and lose, that's a round loss, and you need to keep this momentum.
That is true.
So, opting, and now look at this force by an operator and an Odin for UTD. This is they're just going absolutely mental.
Yeah, they're just.
right
I mean,
now.
this is if they lose this round, I mean, it's gonna be a
Look,
bad slip.
There's 2 more rounds in.
Yes.
So they're
So there's
thinking if we
basically
can
gonna be a
win
free
this,
round.
if they win this one, then they can continue
Yes.
to have good weapons for the next one and hopefully end 8-4. But if they lose, you have to imagine that they're looking at a 10-2 half, and the Mountaineers going slow now.
Yes, that's been working very well for them. I mean, both fast and slow, they've been kind of swapping it in between every round, it seems. But now back on that slow, methodical approach. A77 back on the lurk. Found a lot of success, Neural Theft in his back pocket. Excite following behind.
Now,
Very peaceful.
Mountaineers, very, very slow. Ramen, sending out the stealth drone.
Yeah.
Not gonna find anybody.
A lot of ults in this economy. Enoch starting us off heavy here with the Rolling Thunder, and here we go, Shift.
It misses. A very uncharacteristic miss on the operator there.
Oh,
and
there it is.
behind, it's A77 on the
Huge.
lurk. Takes the operator out of UTD's hands. And just like that, the Neuralink is up and running. A77 with 2. Gonna get taken out by Kenich, but that's gonna be Dinks finding the refrag onto Mapper. Mountaineers plant down 4v2. What are they able to do? They're able to make it a 3v1. That's what they're able to do. And look at this, Ramen, the only one left. Here comes the bomb buddy. Not gonna find anybody, so they're not gonna get any information on where he is. Dinks gonna have to end. Look at that. They now know. Ramen finding it, but Dinks finishes off. How about 3 for him? A triple.
Huge. I mean, Dinks still with the showstopper as well, and now the Mountaineers should be winning this last round here to make it 10-2. I mentioned it earlier, defense not their strong suit as appeared on Lotus, so, but if they can just win 10 rounds here, just win 3 and you're golden. You know, you make it to round 3 or match 3, hopefully to close it out. And I mean, Excite, A77, 13 kills for them, Dinks 13 kills for him. I mean, we're seeing a very top-heavy leaderboard right now with this Mountaineer squad.
Yeah.
The lurks coming in from A77 to take out that operator on shift. I mean, that just basically made the site fall apart for UTD.
And the Mountaineers looking to cap this off with a win here, heading into the second half, 10-2. Absolutely ideal. And look at the ult coming out though, and that's going to be Ramen going down early. And the showstopper from Dinks not going to go anywhere. But look at this, they're going to commit to A, I think, and they get the kill on the high ground. They can.
Jeez.
Kenrich, take it out. And now it is just Vis, Shift, and Mapper. And we're going to see a rotate onto B. A77 lying in wait in the mid. Gotta protect the Mountaineers from any possible rotates. Sends out the cage. Mountaineers playing it slow. Shift going through the left side. Vis going through the right. A77 on the lurk. Does he know? Oh, just avoids the kill. This takes out Dinks though. And that's going to be a kill from A77 and Excite. And now just one member remaining. The Mountaineers going to take the half 10-2.
Beautiful half the Mountaineers are. I mean, that is the attack you want to see. And now, all they have to do is win 3 rounds, clean it up a little bit on defense, make it look pretty, and head into the third match. But sometimes easier said than done. I'm very interested to see how this defense is going to go, because it might shadow and kind of show us what might happen in this third match if we're able to take it there. And Excite, A77 Dinks having an incredible game so far. Absolutely beautiful. 15-3 for Excite.
Yeah.
Finding so much value on that Teo.
Absolutely, and you might not know it, but A77 14-8, and then again Dinks 13-9, still a splendid performance from him.
Very splendid.
So all cylinders firing for the Mountaineers here. Let's see how they do it on defense. That is going to be the most important thing. They struggled heavily on defense on Lotus, but perhaps the 2-point maps could just do it for them. and UTD opting to play much, much slower than the Mountaineers have played.
I think that is the move here, though. Tripwire. Gonna get activated. Shift. Grenade over to Zip.
And now Plant gonna go down early onto A, and the Mountaineers are gonna take their chances with a retake. Now, these haven't been great. Binks,
There's one.
first kill. Let's see what they're able to do here. The door's gonna open. Mountaineers need to get a tad bit more aggressive. This on the point, that's gonna be a stun on the Kenrich. Are they gonna be able to find the kill from it? They are. A77, Dinks both find one. They're on the point, getting ready for the defuse. Max drops down but gets killed immediately. Mountaineers, round one in the bag.
That is a beautiful pistol that you need to win if you're UTD, because now you have to, I mean, you kind of have to force here, and I mean, you got to try to pull something out of the hat and play something good, because Mountaineers are on quite a roll right now. That's a beautiful retake. I believe we saw something similar to UTD doing that early on in the first half, where they just kind of let the site be taken and then just explode back into it. Mountaineers now using that to their advantage. And now 11-2. They can find two more. It is in the history books.
Yeah, and this just looks like a completely different team,
It definitely does.
if I'm being honest. But they still do need to win 2 more rounds, and that's going to be 2 early kills, though. Dix and Gunk finding one. Unfortunately, Dix not being able to find the double kill. Gunk going to have to back up a little bit. You get Oh, no! Gunk going to get taken out, but Mountaineers already with the early kills. Ramen going to fake the plant, and he's going to run right into the stinger of Inox.
Try and hit him with a spike!
What was that? I mean, that must have been, what, 12 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That there was some interesting plays there for sure. The stinger missed the spike just in the hands.
And at this point, you have to imagine that UTD is just looking to go next.
Yeah, I think this is a GG go next for UTD right now. But I mean, the Mountaineers were able to technically pull off a, I believe they were down 12-4, 12-3, and then pulled it back to 13-8 at the end, which I think gave them a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
At the end of that Lotus game to try to, you know, bring it into this game, which they most definitely are, because this is a completely different squad than what we saw on Lotus. But they have to win one more to finally close it out. To go next, Inox getting spammed with utility once again. Didn't learn his lesson last time.
Yeah, and it looks like the UTD is finding a way, and look, they're just bum rushing A. Duck finding one, and Mapper very weak. So if they're able to get just a little, Dinks finds the kill with the nade. That's exactly what I was just about to say. If they're able to find a little bit of poke damage, they can get the kill. Dinks finds one, and look at this, 1v1, A77. Can you finish it out? Yes, you can.
Defenders win.
Beautiful. He's been playing well all map, and he decided to put a pin in it and say 13-2. Why don't you?
Why don't you indeed to tie it up in the series? That is a completely different Mountaineer squad. Dinks, A77, Excite playing absolutely out of their minds.
Yeah.
And you've got to think, I mean, now going into match 3, I mean, they've got to be confident.
Yeah, and it all depends on what that map is going to be. So as we move along here, we're going to take it to a break until we know what that next one is, and we'll have some conversations about it, and then we will have our final map of Valorant tonight. So do not go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll have the map selection and the next map. All right, welcome back, everybody. Map number 3. Didn't think we would be here, but alas, we are. And it's going to be Bind.
Very.
I think, right?
Yes, it is indeed going to
It's
be.
gonna
It
be
is going to be
Bind.
Bind. Yes, it's going to be very interesting here. Bind, I would say, is a pretty solid map of Mountaineers here. So going into this with so much momentum from the last game on Ascent, I mean, this is. I mean, it's. Sorry,
look.
Fracture. Sorry,
Yeah,
Fracture. Momentum.
I love the Mountaineers on Bind.
Yes.
They have done some goofy stuff. Back when Inox used to play the Gecko, they were unbeatable on Bind. That was back with the old roster, but again, a lot of the same stuff has been transferred to this one as well.
Yeah.
So, again, 2-point map. With the teleports, makes the rotations very, very creative. So I really think that the Mountaineers have a good chance to show us what they're made of on this Bind and perhaps come out with another dominant victory. And look at this.
Ooh, A77.
I think this is one of the first times we're going to see A77 on the Vise. We're going to see Inox on the Sky. Don't hate that there whatsoever. Excite hovering over that Tejo, and we're going to have, I guarantee you, we're going to have a different,
No way.
a different play style here. Dinks.
No way.
No, they're
No way.
playing with
They're
us.
memeing.
They're playing with
They're
us.
memeing. Lock it in.
But
Don't.
on the side of UTD, it's going to be the Clove Fade, which I am actually a very big fan of. And we're going to see the Raze Brim with... So those are already... so the same there. Shift.
Yes.
Shift on the Raze, Dinks on the Raze. But the smokes are different. Is the Initiator going to be different? I
don't think. Yeah. I see, if you're
it's gonna
excited, I
be-
think you stick with the Tejo. I mean, he has been dominating.
Yeah.
I mean, last map he was absolutely out of his mind. So I think you definitely keep that up here. And
Yeah, so this is going to be a completely
Yeah.
different comp because when you change your smokes and your Initiator, it completely
That's- yeah, it's
changes how
pretty
you
important.
play.
most definitely. But I do think Dink staying on that Raze is going to be important, especially on a map like Bind. I mean, you got to play Raze here on Bind, especially with the success you had over on Fracture. But I'm really interested to see this smoke change here, especially on a Clove for UTD.
Yeah.
Gonna see how that plays out for Kenrich, and it's gonna be very interesting.
Mountaineers starting on offense once again, so let's
is
see if
good.
they can continue that offensive prowess that they showed on Fracture. Looks like they're going to opt for a heavier B push, only sending Inox over to A. And now, again, just 10 seconds and before the Mountaineers start off what could be a very dominant win or a very crushing early loss here in the CVAL Playoffs. But let's get into map number 3. Thanks. Going down C-Long, avoids the Skyblind. And not much else happening. UTD opting to stay up in heaven for this B site. Just not a lot happening.
Kind of keeping it slow, and I mean, we do see that often with Mountaineers here. They tend to kind of play it slow first and maybe explode on the site. Might see a double satchel.
I think we're going to see a teleport. They're
We
going
are
to go
gonna
back
see a
over to A. Shift is the only one there. And look at this. They're going to take him out. Oh, he does find one, though. Very unfortunate. You would have liked to see the Mountaineers come out unscathed there, but it looks like they're going to get an early plant down onto A. A very nice early play. Ramen up top. Oh, he's going to find a... doesn't
No
find
way.
a kill, and A77 takes out Kenrich. And now they know exactly where he is. An absolute whiff by Ramen. And now a very weak A77 is going to get taken out, and Excite goes down too, and now we're in a 2v2 scenario. Post-plant, Mountaineers on, again, on this, post-plant.
Last player standing.
Not great, and Duck gets taken out, and unfortunately, with Inox, how does he do it?
Holy Inox with an absolutely insane flick. One head, two head, take it home. The pistol going the way of the Mountaineers off the insane play by Inox, and I mean, holy, put that on the clip book. I mean,
Are
it's
you kidding me
Wow.
right now? Absolutely hero play there by Inox. For so long, he's been the IGL and just recently switching over to Excite, but that doesn't mean he's not going to make any more plays. I mean, just wow. Oh, quick kill by Dinks with the Outlaw. You love to see that. The anti-eco demon, Dinks.
Always.
And now Guck with a nice angle here. Can he get the kill? He can. Can he get another? He can!
Yes.
How about a twofer? And doesn't take a detrimental amount of damage. Mapper gonna come on the flank through showers, but Dinks has something to say about it. Dinks and Guck with 2 kills each, and now it's just Vis left. Gonna look for some exit frags, but unfortunately that shot is gonna give the position away. And that is a flawless round from the Mountaineers.
Absolutely perfect. A little bit of BM there at the end. You'd love to see it though. 2-0 start here for the Mountaineers, and I mean, it looks like that momentum from that fracture attack is definitely carrying over here. The vibes are high, and the rounds are climbing up in their favor for an O for Inox. I mean, just leading the charge here on this Sky swap, and I mean, last game towards that bottom of the leaderboard when it comes to kills, I believe that in the end was, I believe, going negative, but playing his role regardless. Inox, was it correct? Wasn't Inox?
Barely. I think it was 8 and 9.
I think he was like a kill off.
Yeah.
But already starting off strong here on Mind.
And now UTD gonna focus their efforts on to this A site. B being fairly open. Dinks again with the opening Outlaw kill. You have to imagine they are just terrified of it now. Smoke goes down. Gonna block the way for the Mountaineers to get any more picks, but this site is fairly open.
Here.
A77 going down early, not exactly what you want to see. This going through window, and that's Dinks down too, and now the Mountaineers dropping like flies. 2v4 scenario. We've seen them win crazier. Teleport immediately back to A. Oh, Kenrich is gonna have this kill onto Inox. Oh, Inox to the dome. Doesn't even take any damage. Oh, it's Psych gets caught out.
Strike down A.
The Inox not gonna be able to do it this time. And once again, 2-1.
Yeah, not too shabby there. I mean, you know, you can't win them all sometimes, but that push, I mean, you saw with the drone there, I mean, site was technically, no one was on it. Obviously, you had the player playing on window, you had the player playing back on CT, but not too much aggression there. We're kind of playing slow and just kind of playing there on Garden, and didn't really go their favor. Losing 2 in Dinks, and I believe, I don't know exactly who the other player there was, but not what you want to see. Maybe a bit more aggression coming out there, but a solid hold from UTD nonetheless.
Yeah, Mountaineers not in a bad scenario, so to say, but absolutely don't want to lose that round. And here comes all the util. Dinks getting a little weak. Oh, that's not what you want to see. Inox taken out early.
I believe with almost full utility there, no as well. I mean, your initiator already going down, the attack already in a bad position. Roman walking up a little bit here to talk in the corner. Here to play this really weird, and Roman picks up 1. Rock finds another.
And Penny, oh, it's gonna be Genrich getting taken out here by Roman as well. And now it's a 2v1. Dinks, the only one left. Oh, just not able to. The aim has been on point today from him.
Little body shots here. It's getting heated in this match. I mean, it's been going the distance here on this third map, and I mean, both teams having a dominant performance in both of their victories, especially the Mountaineers only getting up 2 rounds. So you have to thank UTD looking for revenge here, coming out of bind. Niners with a strong start, but now faltering a little bit, and now on a bit of a force, a little bit of half by Akami not looking too strong. Dinks with the stinger, Guck running that judge, and now have to make do with what they have. Showstopper is available.
You know Dinks likes to use that showstopper essentially as soon as he gets it, so he can build another one. Let's see if he opts to do it here. I wouldn't be surprised. However, again, both teams playing this very slow. They're just waiting each other out. I feel like they've both gotten beat bad so many times that they have to understand. And this takes out Dig. Guck falls. Excite gets 1, not before he gets refragged though. And Mountaineers now again
at the disadvantage. Mapper gonna go in for a blind here. It's gonna find Inox, and now A77 finds himself in a nearly impossible scenario.
Sheriff only. Big iron on his hip. Can he make something work? He finds a body shot.
It's gonna be someone. It's gonna be A77, but he has to get down for that.
Oh, I thought it was gonna happen. I
Yeah.
thought it might.
Very close, just a little bit off, but takes one with him on the way out.
Yes, indeed. And now UTD crawling back into this one, was down 2-0 earlier, and now making it 3-2. Their holds coming in huge. Vith, a major part of that. 8 kills for him so far. Henry yet to find one on the on playing Clove now. 0-4 for him. But now Mountaineers able to actually have a bit of a loadout now, coming in with some rifles. Economy still pretty weak when it comes to credits, but the guns are there now, and they're going to make it work because right now, slipping away a little bit. Playing aggressive, and here comes an ultimate. Somehow dodges every single seeker there. And
Dink's gonna go with the showstopper now, and that's gonna be a kill. Certainly, Dinks finds one, but Inox gets taken out over on the other site. Gonna be able to take out the Thrasher. Dinks playing protection here with Guck. He gets deafened though. Guck not able to find the kills. Mountaineers have the spike down, but it doesn't matter. It's a 3v2. Excite having to play heavy defense here. Look at that. Oh, the smoke goes onto the point. They're gonna put a grenade onto it. Here comes the defuse. Looks like Robin's gonna try and, yeah, he's gonna be able to half it. Mountaineers need to play smart here. That's gonna be A77 with a kill on the flank. And it's gonna be 2. And now it's a 1v1. And A77 uses the ult. I don't hate it there, but he needs to get the kill.
no.
The defuse goes through. He just gets too far back. Oh, he just doesn't predict the time correctly. That is so unfortunate.
unfortunate indeed there. I thought for sure that one was in the bag. Both players there using their ultimates. Showstopper coming in to secure the kill at the end. Unfortunate there for A77. Thought it was for sure in the bag of the Mountaineers once again, with barely any credits to spare after buying these rifles. Dinks almost able to get a full buy here. Gonna go with the judge instead though. Might see a little bit of a Sable Satchel play here. Get a little silly with it. Gonna have to see.
It is always an option when you have Dinks in the lobby. Roman getting very aggressive here. Oh,
Just gets the knives out.
Yeah. And he's gonna go
Nice
down.
still gunfight.
A77 falling again. Kenrich gonna look for a kill here in corner. He's gonna miss his first one and get a bullet to the dome. Mountaineers in a what is essentially a 2v2 scenario with Dinks being so weak. Guck gonna get the plant down. Vis going through candles though.
They know he's
Oh
there.
no! That's so dangerous. Guck finds the kill, but barely. And the heals come through, and that's gonna be a great molly. Keeping, I believe it's, oh gosh, yeah, it's Maper at bay. And now, finally gets through.
Bit of a crossfire.
Crossfire, could be too much, and the blind doesn't matter.
My goodness.
Just 8 health left, that's gonna be Inox finding a kill.
For somehow not finding Inox there, I don't exactly know how that didn't happen, but able to get out with his life and win the round for the Mountaineers now to make it 4-3. UTD finally finding a loss after a 4-round win streak for them. Quite incredible. That lurk through lamps, almost finding something, but not able to do much. Could have gone for 2 pretty easily there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Honestly, a bit of a lucky break for the Mountaineers. That could have been a very, very bad turn of events, but able to get the trade out.
Yeah, now the Mountaineers are going to be able to cut that deficit to 1. And this map has just been so close, not anything like the other 2 maps at all. And that's going to be an early kill onto Dinks. Dinks finding himself dead more often than you'd like to see in these first 7 rounds. A77 not even able to find any damage. He's trapped because of this wall, and no, that's going to be a kill for Maper. Let's see if the Mountaineers are able to come back. It is a 5v3, not completely out of the question in any sense of the word. Mountaineers going through window now. On B. Oh, they see one in elbow. Inox finds a nice kill on the shift. That's huge. Guck finds another, and just like that, the Mountaineers are back in this. But Guck very weak. They're gonna have to have someone, Inox, get over there to heal him.
Ooh, maybe a little
sends out the
rotation.
dog.
not going to be able to find anyone. It's
Does
very
he know he's
unfortunate. He was
tucked?
so close to seeing Maper.
Oh no.
And Kenrich hears the footsteps. He gets one, and now just has to go against a 10 health Duck.
One
And
enemy
yeah, he's going to be able to
Spike
find it.
down
And here
A.
comes the ult from Kenrich. Inox has to deal with it. Not going to be able to find it in time.
3 bullets.
Unfortunately, that was
Yeah.
just such a tough scenario there for the Mountaineers.
Not what you want to see there. Mountaineers almost pulling that back, making the 3v3 the rotation.
Catch a bullet hole or two.
Heard pretty loudly by UTD, able to rotate back over and find the picks. Now a timeout coming on through.
Yeah, it's going to be from Sherms, and I don't hate it here. Mountaineers in what? Sorry, folks. Sorry.
I just decked the light. I apologize for that. The lights are back on, though. That's what's important. But I think a timeout is most definitely needed for the Mountaineers here. Starting off so strong, going up, I believe, was a 2-0,
Yes.
and then slipping round after round,
Yes, it was
4 of them to be exact, and now 5-3
Anyway.
in favor of UTD. And I mean, Bind is quite a strong map for the Mountaineers here, but right now, pretty close.
Yeah, and if you're the Mountaineers, this you have to win.
You do.
Like, obviously, you don't technically have to win. It is
But you
double
should.
elimination, but like you have to win this.
Yeah.
You need to move on. If you're gonna get moved down to the loser bracket, at least have it to be Sinclair. Or not
Exactly.
Sinclair, St. Thomas.
St. Thomas, yes.
The Saints get confused.
Yeah,
you know?
they're both really good,
Too
so it's
many.
just, it's just what do you do, right?
But we're
But-
back into hopefully Terms' words of wisdom. We're able to give the Mountaineers a little bit of life here. We saw when they went down, it took for them to get to match point to even start
Yeah.
truly winning.
Right.
And again, this is on attack. So
Yeah, and this is not what you want to see. I mean, this is quite different from what we saw over on Fracture, and I mean, quite a dominant performance there on attack, but now finding themselves down 2 rounds, and once
Spike down
again,
A.
UTD finding that opening pick shift with the Outlaw, getting the smoke down, and that is not what you want to see. Roman finding one shift, finding another now, a 5v2. Roman can't find the shots onto Inox. Finally able to slow down a little bit. Mountaineers down 2 players, and the flash comes through, but it's not popped.
gosh.
And Kenrich finally closes it out. UTD fighting another round. The Mountaineers just, didn't even get to leave out of their spawn basically there, and just kind of kept contained. Roman 11 and 6, Shift of 10 and 5, both playing very, very well.
Yeah.
And I mean, Dinks was just, honestly playing so well in the beginning. 2 rounds, we saw I believe a 3K early on, correct?
Yes.
Now, only 5 on the tally mark and going down fairly early. Not what you want to see with Dixon. Try it again here. Heavy aggression coming out from UTD, just walking out, just finding one.
And
Spike down A.
they just
What is going on?
massacred them.
Bring them down.
Not only the women, but the children too. They
Yeah,
slaughtered
it's
them.
just they slaughtered them like animals. Mountaineers are, they were animals last game, but now they're getting slaughtered like them. And there it is, Roman finding another. Roman really finding his footing here. Just actually popping off here.
Yeah.
This is not the Mountaineers we saw in Game 2, and even the Mountaineers we saw in Game 1, because the attack in both Game 1 and 2 was strong from the Mountaineers. But the defense was the difference between those 2 games, but now the attack is falling through, so maybe the defense will pick up.
Yeah,
We'll see.
It could be a classic swapperoo, but the Mountaineers will be down at the half no matter what. The best they can hope for is a 7-5. So let's see if they're able to win out these last 2.
They're gonna need to. If you go down 9-3, maybe just rely on the curse there. But Maper playing alone here, and Huga finding one. Spray coming through. Not much able to find him. Somehow making out.
Yeah, and
Find 2.
And these chaotic rounds have just been so detrimental for the Mountaineers, just not able to find their footing when the bullets start flying, and now gonna be Inox with just a sheriff to his name. This, the aim,
I'll have what I
so
want.
on point. You can't hate that.
No, not at all. The body shots.
Last round
Little
in
BM
the
at the end there with
half.
the Phantom. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You're going up now. The confidence is here. 8-3. The Mountaineers are in quite a shambly place, but you saw there.
Quite the pickle.
They are in quite the pickle. But now at least they have some guns to play with, and that was a bit of a slaughterhouse there.
in hookah. I thought for sure Vice was gonna go down, but I said it incorrect that he just found two, found his way out, found a third over in Gardens, and just made the Mountaineers' life a tough one for sure. But Dinks, Showstopper, is online, Shift popping his early. A77 finding a trade. Over 4 now. Vapor hanging in window alone. Here comes the aggressive push. Dinks getting all the Showstopper. We're looking for two. Grenade comes out, bad timing.
Bad timing there, like you said, from Dinks, just pulling the nade out, and Shift almost runs into the entire Mountaineers squad. They're going to rotate over to A, clean out their weapons. Now Kenrich, the only line of defense here on A, but he gets one, and that's going to be Spike. But not before Guck gets it back, and they're going to look for a plant here early, perhaps. Yeah, that's going to be Guck. Oh, no. And now 1v1, Guck rotates. I don't know if he'll get the plant down before he meets Maper. He is. Oh, so close. And he's gonna Maper's gonna let him get the plant down. And now look at this. Guck says, "I want the smoke." Peeks. Phantom v Vandal over the top blind. Oh,
wow, what a blind to go over the top, and all you see is a glowing orb, and he clicks it, finding the kill and making it 9-3. Not what you want to see right now. The attack completely flipped on its head from both game 1 and 2, and even in the beginning, I mean, they were looking so strong, winning the first 2, and they go on a 9-1 losing streak.
That was a very nice flash there.
That was a beautiful flash. Put that on a TikTok lineup or something. I don't know. That was incredible tips and tricks from UTD. Maper making it work. Yeah. Mountaineers did win that pistol round. A little bit, maybe off the back of, I believe it was, what was it, Dink? No, it was Inox. Inox found that 2-piece with the Ghost.
Yeah.
Getting the 2 double tap headshot. But, I mean, a pistol round win's going to be pretty necessary for the Mountaineers here to try to carry some momentum. If they don't drop this game and drop it to the losers bracket, and we had mentioned before, I mean, UT Dallas, I mean, a great team obviously here, putting up a great fight against the Mountaineers, but there are admittedly so better teams in this bracket.
Yeah.
And if WVU can't come out on top against UTD, how are they going to be St. Thomas? How are they going to be Oklahoma Christian?
And to that point, how are they going to be a team like Texas A&M, NC State, all
so many
of these
good
teams that you might not think, but they've just been performing so well this season. And the Mountaineers find themselves now at just 4 rounds away from getting knocked down to the losers bracket. Let's see if they're able to stop the bleeding a little bit on this pistol round on defense.
I mean, they're going to have to put a bandage over that wound because it is currently bleeding bad, and Kenrick able to find a bit of side control here, frenzy in hand. Smokes are down, Shift. Getting that plant. Now a 5v5 post-hunt scenario for the Mountaineers here. Usually not a strong suit, but something has got to change. Paper flash going in, might find one! No! A7 finds another. Inox getting 2 with the Ghost! Similar to that last pistol round, and now a 5v2 for the Mountaineers here. Inox making a 5v1, and they clean it up.
Yeah.
Beautiful shots from A77 and Inox to clean up sight, and the Mountaineers will once again take a pistol round here on Bind.
Yeah, and again, the pistol rounds have looked fairly strong for the Mountaineers, even on the ones that they lose, the maps that they lose. But again, I don't want to see this win a couple and then just kind of sit back and be comfortable with yourself, you know, because you are in a situation that is anything but comfortable right now. You're 5 rounds behind, and you know that if you lose 4 more, you're getting down in the losers bracket.
Yeah,
it's not where you want to be.
It's not where you want to be at all. But we actually, I'm looking at this leaderboard right now. We are seeing quite the switch around from what we saw over on Fracture. I mean, Excite, who was at the top of the leaderboard, now finding himself at the bottom, and Dinks with the opening shot. Looking more like what he was looking like earlier.
The anti-eco demon, that's exactly what we call him. He just finds kills with this outlaw so often. And Dinks on point. Just still watching showers, gets blinded, gonna have to back up a little bit. But it looks like he's just gonna re-peek it. Oh, Excite with the stinger.
Oh, Dinks! It's unfair!
Excite finds another, and that's gonna force UTD back. Maper.
Inox though.
Inox on the flank. They know he's there. Kenrich finds Guck. Look at this. Inox.
Kind of stuck in showers right now. Oh no!
Just that was a very bad angle for Inox there.
taking that close range against a frenzy, not what you want to do. You know you have the gun advantage there. Taking maybe a little bit too close, but now still holding the sight down at 3v2. Mountaineers with the gun advantage here. Kendrick trying to push in. Through lamps. Angle being held though by Excite. Can he finish it off? And he can't not.
30
Kendrick
seconds left.
equalizing it out here, but 4 health.
Yeah, just 4 health though. He's gonna get the heal from the sky though. So that's gonna be a full health Kenrich again. Planting. And the Mountaineers now in a 2v2 scenario. Somehow, after what was a opening advantage of 4-2.
James has got to go big here. One tap machine in his hand.
One enemy remaining.
A77
There it is.
finds one. Maper, 25 health.
One enemy remaining.
And that is going to do it. WVU comes out on top, but Maper able to take out Dink, so it's just a 77 alive, but the Mountaineers continue
I don't
winning.
lose.
Very similar to what happened at the beginning of this map. We saw the Mountaineers take the first 2. A little bit more convincingly the first 2 times, but still coming out on top in these 2 rounds here. But beautiful shots there to open that up from Dink, the Outlaw. You call him the Eco Demon, and you are correct in that title. Inox, 13-11 for him, having quite a solid game right now. I mean, this is a needed switch around for the Mountaineers right now, but if they can carry around these rifle rounds, that was kind of their weakness really on this map so far, was those 5v5 rifles where they just kind of get slaughtered close range. I mean, we saw, you know, 3v3s in a place like Hookah, and it's just a bloodbath. Mountaineers losing all 3 players and getting maybe a pick or 2, and Kendrick finding the opening shot here onto Dinks. Not an angle you want to take when you have a pistol or a Stinger. 8-7 walking up now. A headshot will be found, but a kill won't be shift, making it well known with the body shot at the end there.
Placing wall.
He's walking up, a bit of a timing issue, and Duck finds him getting a bit of an upgrade with the Vandal. Maper 2 health. Wow. Currently making it out alive, but UTD up 2 people here.
Spike planted.
Yeah, 4v2. Excite and Guck. Oh, and already damage being taken. Yeah, this is gonna be a difficult one for them to win. But Excite finds one with the Outlaw. Perhaps he wants to be the new Dinks. The anti-eco demon. They're able to find another, then they put themselves in an equal scenario. Here come the displacement mines. They know Guck is in elbow.
There's one.
Duck finds one. 2v2. Duck takes a little bit of damage. They need to defuse now though. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, yeah.
Just that timing forced them to be a little more aggressive than they would have liked to, and they get taken out.
But I mean, once again, there's a round I don't think Mountaineers are necessarily supposed to win, but almost making it, making it very close there. Gun disadvantage definitely shining through early in that round, but then with the upgrades, able to find some more picks coming through. But now, I believe the real test is coming in. You are down 5 rounds. It is an equal buy for both teams here, and you have to find value. You have to get kills. You cannot have this be a close round. You need to win it convincingly and start this comeback to not get yourself down, knocked down to losers brackets, which is not a place you want to be. Now a heavy push coming to shower, so the blind coming in, Excite spraying the wall.
Strike down A.
The Bulldog. UTD exploding out onto A side here, Duck. Forced to kind of back up in the corner now. Aces have finding one Kendrick with the revive. And now a 4v3 for UTD if Kendrick can get a pick and stay alive. Duck smoke fades, finding one. Aces having eyes on the targets.
And he gets some damage through the boxes, but not enough to kill, and that's going to be Kenrich using the revive. Oh no, dying to the revive.
Dying to the revive.
Sorry. and now 2v2.
Seeker's coming out though from Inox.
Maybe
Swinging
so
out,
weak.
getting one.
And now Inox using the wolf. Dots it. And that's going to be a stun. The Mountaineers going to go for the defuse.
Beautiful.
Gets the kill. Beautiful round there from the Mountaineers, and come out with 2 rifles. Going to give Inox the ult charge just in case this goes a little bit longer.
Body shots coming in once again. You know it's going to happen after every round. I would honestly love to get these guys in a call and just hear what happens there. I think that would be quite entertaining. But the Mountaineers able to find another round there. A very important one, might I add.
Yeah, and now we see the Mountaineers getting a little bit of life in them. And like you said, perhaps this is just an example of the Mountaineers switching over to a little bit more defense. And like, look, it's a 2-point map.
So the defense is going to be favored here, but looking much better, only dropping that one. But now you know you can't drop more than one round if you want to avoid overtime, which if you're the Mountaineers, you absolutely don't want to have to play it more. You just want to be able to get this and through the wall, Inox, a headshot onto Kenrich. No ult in the back pocket to revive there, so that is it for this round for him. Shift, still staying strong on main.
They take a bit of damage there, though.
Yeah, Guck looking for a kill through window. Shift taking damage. Maper not finding anybody. Mountaineers fairly well set up to defend this site. That's one kill. Oh, can't find two. But A77 will get his get back. Now it's a 4v2. The Mountaineers still defending this site well. They know Vis is main and they know one is window. It's just a matter of executing. And that's going to be onto site. Goes Maper and gets taken out. A77, I believe that was a triple kill round for him.
Yeah, massive plays there. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see. They're holding that site down pretty well for the Mountaineers. Defense definitely looking a lot stronger as the offense kind of was lacking earlier. But as long as something looks good, something looks strong, you're in a solid spot. Now, the op in the hand of Dinks. Good lord, please go crazy. I want to see it. Hoping to find something. Dinks might peek over here on long.
Yeah, it's gonna be a B-long peek. It always is. So let's see if he's able to get any use out of it. And it looks like there are gonna be plenty of fish for the taking. Let's see if they just take the bait. Oh, just misses. But they know the operator now, so they're gonna be playing much more timid. It's gonna be Dinks having to use the teleport. Not great scenario there. Not able to find any opening picks is so unfortunate. Inox looking through a window, not knowing that a majority of his foes are gonna be through main. Here comes the showstopper from Shift. Not gonna find anybody, and Dinks gets a kill onto Ramen. I feel like we haven't been saying his name enough. Is Ramen not having a lot of
goodness, Inox.
Just finds one, finds two. They roll to him like a conveyor belt, and the spike is down, but the Mountaineers have the opportunity here to get away cleanly. Maper already down to 52 health. Vis up in window, finds a kill but gets taken out, and now Maper finds a nice blind. Oh dear, what's going on? 77, and that's gonna be a round win. Wow, I feel like you really should have had that kill on A77.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't exactly know what was going on. Just kind of jumping around like a fish out of water.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a interesting one to watch for sure. The Mountaineers are able to climb back into this win after win. Dinks still with the showstopper, and more importantly, the operator.
Yeah.
Quite the arsenal for him.
Yeah, now we're going to see a timeout here. Oh, he didn't hit the light that high.
How did that not turn
didn't
on?
even hit the sensor. So, but the Mountaineers absolutely playing much better on this defense. So,
Yes, no, for sure.
they need to keep it up though. You
They do.
need to, because the problem is you can only give up one more round. Because if you don't, then you're going to overtime. So if you are the Mountaineers, you need to essentially win the next 6 in a row.
Yes, you do. And I think, I mean,
It's
right
possible.
now,
It's
yeah,
absolutely
on a
possible.
3-round win streak currently, and starting it off, obviously, the only loss that they have had this half has been a loss that you kind of expect to have when you're playing the game of Valorant. You know, you're just kind of going through, you win 2, okay, but it's just go your way, whatever, start winning raffle rounds, it's all good.
And here's the thing, they could even win 2 more, right? And then lose 1, and
Yes.
then win the next 4, you know?
Right.
So, and that's exactly what we saw on the offense of the Mountaineers, is they just weren't able to do that much.
They
on
were not at
offense.
all. I mean, they were
So,
loss streak after loss streak
We
there.
saw the 4 streak and then a 5 streak, so it absolutely can happen. It's just a matter of whether or not the Mountaineers can do it now. Let's check back in. It's going to be Dinks with the operator again, now opting to use it on A. Opting to use the operator.
This guy's funny, I'll tell you
Yeah.
what. That's why they pay him the big bucks. Shift now walking over here. Didn't find much of the showstopper in that last round. Dinks
No, not at all.
Change that on his raise, and Maper able to use his thought to kind of clear out long and gardens. No one is home. No one's even actually on site at all. Kind of playing off Inox. Now hopping onto the box, playing this angle. If he gets double swung though, not much to really do there. No players playing around him. There he goes. Here comes the execute, maybe.
Oh, Guck not able to
Just
find
not
the
missing.
kills.
Oh my god,
Inox
he's
finds
finding two.
B.
Makes up for Guck's misses. Here comes a blind. Oh, and Guck, a beautiful crossfire there. And that's going to be this taking out A77, but it is just Kenrich alive with only a Sheriff against 4 Mountaineer players looking down the barrel. And that is going to be a nice headshot from, I actually cannot tell who that was.
That overlay is in the way,
It is
but
in the
it's
way.
okay.
Very unfortunate.
Unfortunate for sure, but Inox finding so much value there. I mean, UTD kind of just walking in like blind puppies and getting, I mean, I don't know what's going on there. Just kind of like, they walked in, died, got blinded, just, that's it. There was nothing else. Inox kind of getting fed there.
Simple as
And
that.
I mean, you do love to see though, 24-13 for Inox, just putting this team, I wouldn't say on his shoulders because everyone else is also playing quite decent here, but still, most definitely having an absolutely insane performance. And Dinks kind of coming up that ladder again with this operator. Showstopper is still available, maybe trying to save it, the flick not coming through, a little too far to the left. Kenrick finding him. And now Roman clearing out showers.
Yeah, and Inox is going to have a meeting with Shift here. A beautiful blind, gets one. Oh no, gets taken out, but Excite actually finds both of the kills. And now in a 3v3 scenario, and the Mountaineers are fairly well equipped to handle this rotate. That spike is down, so they're just going to chill. Excite on site. A77 going to have the crossfire. And let's see where UTD pushes.
UTD, 1 ultimate, actually 2 ultimates in the pool here. Armageddon online for WVU. Excite playing in this corner with a Phantom Shorty.
And here
in
comes
his side
the...
pocket.
That's gonna be the... That's gonna be the oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Why am I blanking? Roman uses the ult and dies.
There we
Good
go.
grief.
Jeez,
Someone
man.
fire me. And that's gonna be Excite utilizing
30 seconds
his
left.
Teho ult. The spike currently in the hands of UTD, and they're gonna get a plant down onto B, it appears. A77 takes out this, and just like that, Kenrich, last one alive. That's gonna be no ult for him,
He's down.
and they know exactly where he is. Blind comes out, shoots it immediately. If they double spike, they could have an opportunity, but they don't even need it. A77 immediately to the dome.
We are all tied up here on Bind,
And
you love this.
just-
I mean,
Dude, just like that, the Mountaineers able to come back, and that's exactly what you want to see. So now a little bit of BM, a bit of BM by A77 here, and it's been going back and forth.
It has been. It
going
most
back and
definitely
forth.
has been. Yeah. I mean, this is just. I mean, it's definitely been very heated here, and this is a. I mean, it's been a match. I'll tell you what. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe a little closer than you would like to have if you are WVU here, but
Launching thorns.
it's better than losing. I'll tell you what. So I'd rather win close than lose close. Though at the end of the day,
Yes.
but Vi's not able to make that 1v1 work over. I believe that was on A side. The Vice 1v1 from Viz and A77.
Yeah, and now it's going to be the Mountaineers with an operator against a fairly broken buy. We're going to see a Bulldog and a Judge on the side of UTD. Bulldog in the hand of Maper.
Dixon hasn't found too much with this operator so far.
Not too much at all. And it looks like he's not going to find much here either, as UTD is opting for A site, and they put Dinks on the B. And now through showers, Excite gonna back up, tell his team, hey, I got some company over here. Dinks looking to find a kill here. He will. There it is. That's what we know and love. There's the nade into showers. Not gonna find anybody. It's gonna find a little bit of damage. Force out the util. Ramen. Oh, Kenrich gets Guck though. Very unfortunate. And look, Ramen on the flank.
Dinks
has no idea. Dinks has no
Oh,
idea.
he just popped Showstopper too. That is so unfortunate.
WVU, and now, yeah, they're gonna pull out all the stops here for UTD. Finding a win here is so important. It's just Inox and A77. They have to run. And Kenrich not gonna find anybody with the ult. That puts it back to a 2v3. Shift playing close. Does A77 know? No, he does not. And now it's just Inox. Able to find one. Can he find two? He can. It's a 1v1. Inox, do it again. He knows.
Oh my goodness, he's too good.
With a triple to end it! You have to imagine he's going crazy.
absolutely insane, just able to stay calm.
Even trying.
I don't. A beautiful clutch there, but Maper flicking away from the only alive player, knowing exactly where he is. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe a little bump of the mouse, but Inox capitalizing on it, finding a. I mean, he got double swung and he killed both. He's unactive with a 27-14. An insane performance.
That was,
I mean,
so important.
This guy's gonna be all of our clip armor.
That was so important. You have no idea. And able to bring it back from a 3v1. The clutch factor of Inox just cannot be understated. A great blind early here. They know that the push is going to be coming onto B, but have to watch the teleport for sure. This gonna go ahead and pop the Steel Garden. A77 with just the shorty.
Just peeking long with the shorty
now
there.
he's gonna go wait. Excite with the Odin though, waiting. UTD commits. Ramen takes one out. Can Shift get another? And look at that. Excite lets the Odin fly. No plant yet. Ramen sitting there. A beautiful molly forces him out. Can Gut get the kill? Oh, there's two there who didn't know that. Excite gets one. But this gets another, and it's back and forth in favor of UTD. Dinks finds one with the grenade, and now it's a 1v2. Dinks, not a lot of information, has to watch from behind. Oh, he knows one's there, he has to reload. Unfortunate, and 11-11. Mountaineers need to win 2 in a row to avoid overtime.
This is getting spicy here. 11-11. UTD finally snapping the Mountaineer win streak. I believe of 5 or 6. It was 6.
Yeah.
Beautiful comeback for the Mountaineers here, but now UTD trying to climb back and put it away. Inox, leave it a charge.
And the Mountaineers are going to stick with this Odin up, and we're going to see 2 Vandals and a Phantom, and let's see if they're able to defend against this UTD roster, getting aggressive. Dinks.
Gotta find one here.
Give him the bait. Give him the bait. Gets one. Satchel out of there.
No, the
gets
satchel.
two. Doesn't send him far enough. The angle not good, and now that operator might fall into the hands of UTD. A nice pre-fire there from Inox. But unfortunately, that operator is going to fall into the hands. Who's it going to go to? You have to imagine it's going to go to Shift. A77 playing the long angle.
Go get him.
Actually, did anyone pick it up?
I believe, I want to say Shift did pick it up. He was looking at it. Maybe he was just window shopping, but what about now?
Here comes the ultimate.
Fade ult coming on in.
Yeah, and this is a fake ult actually. This is completely useless. They're gonna use it to get the Mountaineers to commit to B, and they do. They realize it's a fake, and now Excite, the only one on A, just waiting. That's gonna be UTD getting the plant down onto A. Mountaineers with the ult advantage. They have the Steel Garden.
Have to play this smart. This is a huge round here. A 4v4 Mountaineers with one ultimate online. Excite with the Odin. Swinging out slowly.
Get a kill through any of these boxes.
Oof.
Inox getting taken out. And here comes the ultimate. This that doesn't find anybody. Everyone escapes it, but Excite gets one. Ramen reveals his position far too fast. Gus doesn't find it. Can he get a kill with the classic? No, he cannot. It's just one player, though. The Mountaineers have guaranteed overtime at least.
I mean, honestly, a beautiful cleanup there for the Mountaineers, able to take back that slide on a 4v4. Even, I believe, losing that first man as well to make it a 3v4 for them. Able to clean it up. And, I mean, just, that is huge for them right now. A timeout now coming in. I have nothing to throw to turn this light on, sadly, but... Beautiful.
I do. Yeah.
Beautiful.
You missed the last
I know.
so.
I'm like 2 for 3 or 1 for 3 on these light throws, but hey, what do you do, right? But coming on in now, yeah, the Mountaineers are a bank on overtime. Now they are going to get it. So if they can close this one out, they're 1 round away of keeping it alive and turning what, if I'm being honest, was quite a dire situation in that first map.
A dire situation in the first map and the first half of this map. You know?
Yes.
I think that they have really shown a lot of resilience here. And look, if they're able to come out with a win, on this round, it's over.
It's over.
You
It
don't,
is,
you
it
don't
is
have to,
all
we don't
over.
have to play any
All
overtime.
she wrote, you can BM all the bodies you want because
Exactly.
you came out on top.
Yeah.
But it will be. I mean, we talked so much about this in the pregame, how this was supposed to be all right, win this and look ahead on the schedule. But now it's becoming something that you are worrying about going to a loser's bracket for. But at this point, you're only concerned about winning this game. I mean,
That is
that's
the
all
only
can worry
thing
about
you're
now.
focused on as we head into what could be the
Final round.
ultimate round and the ultimate comeback, truly, from the Mountaineers.
Blinding crash.
Head into it. One ult on the side of UTD, and that's going to be the showstopper in the hands of Shift. A nice blind there on a Maper.
Bring them down.
Ramen sends out the blind. It's not going to find anybody. Trying to, yep, they are going to get that Vise wall and trip it. Oh, a nice dog there. Kenrich in there. Inox just sitting, and now both teams playing very slow.
Not
Neither
ready yet.
one wanting to reveal their cards too early. Ramen going to push up through showers a little bit. A77 has the angle. If anyone peeks their head, they're certainly going to get a bullet. And look at that, Dinks on top. They know he's there, but he says, I don't care. I'm just gonna chill here.
I don't know actually if the dog could see him there. I don't know if he was out of the line of sight, but now Shift. Showstopper coming
Look at
in.
this, completely stops. He's gonna have to do it after. And that showstopper not gonna find anybody. And Guck also finding a lot of use out of that Brim ult. I like it a lot. A77, first kill. The spike is down, and the clock is ticking on the Mountaineers' time in this tournament. Need to get a couple more kills here. WVU only up one. Vis on the flank. Oh no, do they know he's there?
Down and out.
Oh, 2 kills come from the Mountaineers. Are they gonna stick it? They are, and the Mountaineers gonna take it 2-1, and they'll be heading on to the semifinals.
That is all she wrote. On to the semis indeed. Shoot your bodies, do whatever you want. It is in the book here on Bind. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried.
Yeah.
After watching Lotus and seeing what happened, I was very worried. This Valorant squad has had their struggles so far in this season. And this, I think, definitely shows that they were able to adapt and overcome what was, if I'm being honest, quite a rough first map. But I think the momentum they carried by winning I believe they won like maybe 5-4 in a row at the end of Lotus 2 once again, come up short, but still, the momentum you saw carried into Fracture, and then finally carried once again back into that Bind, where they kind of swapped their specialty, offense to defense there,
sure.
but worked out in the end.
It did work out in the end, and that is going to be the Mountaineers continuing through the winners bracket. I believe they are going to face the University of St. Thomas, as I'm pretty sure that game is over. But so we will see how the Mountaineers continue on through CVAL, and we will see how the rest of the Mountaineers perform throughout next week. We have a full slate next week. We have Valorant, we have Rocket
So much.
League. Anything you can imagine, we have it going on. And I would like to point out, from last week's On the Country Roads, my predictions, 4-0. I was perfect on the week. So shout out to me for that. And we will be sure to see you guys on the next stream. That's going to be Monday at 7:30 for Lotus, who are doing phenomenal.
So phenomenal. I mean, just absolute domination coming from them so far.
Again, thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media. And it's going to be WVU Esports just about anywhere you consume it. And yeah, go ahead, follow, like. If you can, subscribe here on Twitch. It helps greatly. But we'll go ahead and send it off for tonight and see you on Monday. See you on Monday.
See you later.